Hi there, my name is Arnold, and for those of you that have been following my videos for a while now, you know that I'm half Sri Lankan and half Dutch. So I thought today I'd make a quick announcement to let everyone know that soon there's going to be a course available on the Snap and Seek website that's going to cover the fundamentals of Sri Lankan cuisine. It's going to cover everything from recipes from Sinhala, Tamil to burger cuisine, as well as how the colonial powers had an influence on the cuisine we cook today in Sri Lanka, how the Malays had an influence. It'll cover the different cooking tools, the ingredients that we use on the island, and how it's changing nowadays in modern day Sri Lanka with different influences from around the world. I hope to see you all in the future for this course. Today is July 1st, which means that it is also Canada Day, and it is a beautiful day indeed with the sun shining. I thought it would be a great day to make some prawns. To go with the grilled prawns on the barbecue outside, we're going to make something called a Mango Achcharu. To start making the dish, we're going to begin by preparing the prawns. The prawns need to be deveined and the legs need to be removed. Start by removing the digestive tract by slitting down the back of the prawn, just like how you see me doing, and removing it with the tip of the knife. I like to keep a small bowl of water on the side because it makes it easier to remove the digestive tracts as well as remove the legs. I'm opting to keep the shells and the head on for extra flavor. I'm going to give the prawn skewers a Sri Lankan twist by making a sauce, kind of a paste, made out of garlic, coriander, red chili, lemongrass, lime juice, ginger, and some other ingredients. For the Mango Achcharu, we'll be needing some chili powder, black pepper, vinegar, sugar, and lime juice, as well as some preferably underripe mangoes, although it does work well with ripe mangoes as well. Once you're done with the prawns, the next thing I like to do is to soak the skewers that the prawns are going to be going on. Preferably overnight, but if you don't have the time, minimum an hour. If you forget to do the skewers, I guarantee that the sticks will burn on the barbecue when you go to grill the prawns. Once you're done with the skewers, it's time to make the achcharu. For those of you that are unfamiliar with achcharu, achcharu is a Sri Lankan version of a very quick pickle. It's normally made with underripe fruits such as the mango we're going to be using today, but as well can be often found with pineapple and my personal favorite, Sri Lankan olives. Normally you would find them on the side of the road being sold by vendors, and I used to buy them before I take a trip somewhere as a nice roadside snack. I begin with the mango. Now today when I went to buy them at the supermarket, normally I pick them without any caution because I'm guaranteed to pick an unripe one here in Canada, but somehow I managed to pick the only one that was nice and juicy and sweet. Luckily for me, this recipe works quite well with the ripe mango, especially for balancing the flavors with the sauce we're going to be making for the prawns later on. Start by making a macédoine to brunoise size cubes out of your mango. You can leave them a little bit larger if you like a bit more bite. Today I'm going to go for the macédoine size. Because I did not have access to a kitchen, I decided to make the marinade for the achcharu ahead of time. I mixed a teaspoon and a half of chili powder and black pepper together, along with a teaspoon of vinegar and some sugar, finishing it off with some lime juice at the very end when I mix it together with the mangoes. If you're doing this a la minute, just make sure to let the mangoes and the marinate for a minimum of about 20 minutes before serving. Next, I cut the bottom white section off the lemongrass to mince as well for the sauce. I make sure to cut the lemongrass as fine as I can with my knife before I put it into the mortar and pestle. Because the lemongrass is fresh, it's very fibrous, it's going to be difficult for the mortar and pestle to grind it up compared to the other ingredients. I save the other section of the lemongrass stem for later. I tend to cut it up in such a way that I make it into a paintbrush that I can use it to also brush the sauce onto the prawns later when they're on the grill. I repeat the steps for the red chili and the coriander root, removing the seeds of the red chili in case my guests don't want it too spicy. Wash the roots of the coriander very well to make sure there's no dirt. Combine all the ingredients into a mortar and pestle. Along with a generous helping of salt and some black pepper. Once all the ingredients have been added into the mortar and pestle, I apply a little bit of ghee to the bowl to help with the grinding and mush everything together into a lumpy paste. I don't want it to be completely smooth because this will end up burning on the grill. I want it a little bit chunkier so it can withstand the heat of the flames. When you go to put the skewers onto the prawns, it's important that the skewer goes through the bottom section near the tail, but also comes out going through the head. If you don't attach the skewer through the head of the prawn heads will fall off when you go to grill them. Here you can see a demonstration of how I turn my lemongrass stick, the remainder of that we didn't use, into the paintbrush for later, for brushing the sauce onto the prawns. Heat the grill to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or around 200 degrees Celsius before putting the prawns on the grill. After about 3 minutes, flip them over. Apply the first half of the sauce onto the prawns using your lemongrass brush. I like to finish the prawns by putting them on a higher level, adding the final bits of the marinade on top of them so that they can suck up all the flavor of the sauce at the very end as well. Serve the prawn skewers with a garnish of coriander leaves, your mango achcharu, and maybe a lime wedge. Enjoy with a nice view.